Hi, and welcome to A Couple of Average Joe show. I am Mike.
I am Joe.
And this is Compelled. Next on our list, Joe sent me this. There's a piece of shit sheriff out in Jackson.
Is he sheriff deputy or sheriff? I can't
he's a sheriff.
Piece of shit. That's what he is.
He's a donkey of the day. He's a sheriff's deputy. Former Florida officer allegedly planted drugs during traffic stops. What a wonderful, wonderful human being.
That's how to get the people to start trusting, huh?
Yeah. Let's turn a blind eye to bad law enforcement officers. There's good law enforcement officers, which is the majority.
Yeah, but
there's pieces of shit like this guy. 120 people were exonerated in cases tied to him. He's arrested 120 people, at least. There's a dash cam video at the center of the drug planting probe where you can see an item in Wester's left hand at the 453 mark, which appears to be some sort of baggie of drugs or whatever.
It's table salt.
Yeah, it's bath salt. A former Florida deputy was arrested Wednesday morning on numerous charges that he planted street drugs like meth on unsuspecting motorists. I mean, hell, all you have to... Hey, Zach, you should have just come out to Auburn, California, and I would have pointed you to the fucking hotel where all the meth is, and then you could just pick and choose.
Yeah.
Saturday, just as a side note. So there's a tweaker, and her boyfriend is one of those tree climber dudes. Like, he fucking cuts trees down. He does pruning, and he climbs the trees, fucking hazard pay and shit like that. They're both fucking tweakers. Just horrendous tweakers.
He's a treaker.
No. So, Sorry. You don't get that one.
He doesn't get that one?
No, you don't.
I don't get it?
No. Boo. I don't have my thing up, so boo.
That's awesome. That's good.
And every other fucking week, it seems, and maybe every couple of days, she comes in and will buy something for $1.50 and pay with $100 bill at 3:00 in the afternoon, where I have less than $100 in my drawer.
What is she laundering?
Because we have to we do a shift change.
Yeah.
So I'm at drawer minimum. So she came in Monday and got a Coke, puts the Coke down, and I'm waiting, and she has money in one of her hands and pockets it, and then I'm waiting, and she takes out the $100 bill. And I said, I don't have change for a $100 bill. And she gives me we're the small store. Like, we don't do half the amount of fucking business that the big Speedway does next door. The big gas station. I gave it away, but whatever. And
so, I mean, tweakers at speed, right?
She fucking comes to my store on a regular basis with $100 bill, expecting me to have change at a small store when she fucking knows. So one of the guys that works at the hotel comes in, and I'm telling him the story, the $100 bill, and this all will relate to. And he goes, "Oh," I said, the girl comes in and she fucking buys 100, and he goes, "Oh, the tweaker." Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know exactly who, because her boyfriend is the tree climber dude, right?
Yeah,
and he makes like $50 an hour and blah blah bblah, $50 an hour under the table.
Yeah.
So it's even better. 9:00 at night, they both come in, and he ends up buying, like, they're like fucking flush with cash for some, or I think, and he buys, I don't know, he bought something, and he pays up in crumpled dollar bills, and he's slurring his words. He's fucking just spun. He's high as a kite, or drunk, or both. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I have some powder," and he's pointing at, I don't know if he's pointing at cigarettes. Oh, he wanted Backwoods. "I have just some," and that's how he sounds. The Backwoods. And I went, "What?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "The Backwoods cigarettes. I want the Backwoods."
Yep.
Oh, okay. The Backwoods. Right. Got it. And I'm nice to him. I'm not going to be a dick. He wants smoke. Get him his smoke.
Also, you don't need the drama coming back, with attitude, right?
Yeah. And I was like, "Dude, can I see your ID?" He's like, "Yeah, not a problem." He's fishing out his ID, and it's taking forever because he's trying to. And that's fine. I've had dudes give me IDs that were chewed to shit, like they were using them for toothpicks. Mm-hmm. It's utterly insane. I've only had to deny 2 people.
Did you read the article about the guy that got a major infection in his brain because he ate popcorn kernels, and they got so stuck in there he was using random items around his house to pick it out? He wouldn't go to the doctor, the dentist, But yeah, he was using like fucking pencils and knives and other things around the house, just grabbing random things. And he got him
instead of fucking toothpicks.
Yeah, it was just stupid. He goes, it was bugging me so badly. And he got a huge infection. He almost died from it.
Yeah. The same thing happens like if you get an infection in your mouth, it drains into your fucking into your lungs.
Yeah.
It will drain into your lungs.
Yeah.
And when it drains into your lungs, you get a lung infection. How do I know this? The guy I used to work with, the guy that used to work for us, but I used to work, I mean, we all worked together, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
His name is Tim. And Tim had an infected tooth.
Yeah.
Had surgery to get the tooth out, but by the time that was happening, he had a lung infection. And they had to put a stent in, or a drain in his lung to drain the shit out. It was like a nozzle.
Yeah, a little
we had to turn it on.
Release, yeah.
We had to turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, really? What the fuck? He's like, you want to see it? I'm like, no.
They did that with Mark Wahlberg's character in Three Kings.
Oh, yeah. So anyways, going back to this deputy with the fucking meth. Sorry for the side things, but the side stories are kind of fun.
Oh, that's good.
So he faces misdemeanor charges of perjury, possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. He was arrested by FDLE agents and taken to the Wakulla County Jail, where he is being held without bail. Whispers of conduct about Wester began to surface around the courthouse late August, sparking the, Florida, its internal affairs.
What the fuck is it with Florida, man?
Wester was placed on leave. Well, Florida gets the attention.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure like every state has the same exact shit that's going on.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody likes to pick on Florida because it's the dick of the.
No, according to Patton Oswalt, Maine is the dick, is the stubby little dick, and then Florida is the sagging balls.
Because, anyways, look. It's funny.
It is.
Wester was placed on leave August 1st and fired amid an internal affairs investigation a month later. So this goes back to last year. Wow, then this is just making news? No, well, this is July of... How could this come out July 10th, 2019?
I think because the article I read was updated because after his trial or some shit like that.
This had to have been 2018 this happened. Because Wester was placed on leave August 1st, this article came out July 10th and fired a month later. So he was fired in August of 2018. It had to have been. He allegedly circumvented the Jackson County Sheriff's Office body camera policy and tailored his recordings to conceal his crimes. There is no question that Wester's crimes were deliberate and that his actions put innocent people in jail. I'm proud of the hard work and dedication shown by our agents and analysts on this case to ensure justice is served. However, the FDLE said the case remains active and asked that the public report any information or tips to the agency. Christina Pumphrey, a former assistant state attorney in Mariana, who helped bring Wester's alleged misdeeds to light, said she was incredibly surprised to learn of his arrest because she didn't think he'd ever get charged. It doesn't change what the rest of the people went through because of him. It doesn't give them their time back. It doesn't give them their money back. It doesn't expunge their records, but they still have at least arrest histories, but it's still something. 120 people have been exonerated. Sheriff Lou Roberts, who's been completely silent on the Wester investigation since the Tallahassee Democrat broke news of it, said in a news release, I want to thank the citizens of Jackson County for their patience during the investigation and my staff for continuing to serve our citizens during this difficult time. You're a cop. It's your job to serve the citizens. Agents analyzed more than 1,300 minutes of recorded video and logged more than 1,400 working hours on the case. The allegations prompted prosecutors in the town of Mariana to review nearly 300 cases in which Wester was involved. They ultimately dropped charges in nearly 120 cases. More than a dozen people who were arrested by Wester have filed lawsuits or notices of their intent to sue the sheriff's office over the former deputy's alleged misconduct.
Can't blame him.
Well, what about the other 180 people? Everybody that is involved in any cases with this guy needs to be exonerated because you don't know.
Yeah, it's tainted. Those cases are all tainted.
Yeah, I don't see anything for this year right now. It
says that also that he was previously investigated for sexual misconduct.
Oh, really?
Yes. So according to the Tallahassee Democrat, They reported that Wester had previously worked for the Liberty County Sheriff's Office, but left the agency after it was determined he had inappropriate relationships with multiple women, including a confidential informant arrested for methamphetamine. One deputy said Wester had had an affair with his wife and then showed her nude photos to members of the department. Another woman said she and Wester had a relationship after he arrested her for shoplifting. Her boyfriend called the department to lodge a complaint. A convenience store employee said she received unwanted advances from the married deputy when he flirted with her during a call. So,
Jesus Christ. What an absolute piece of gutter trash.
Yeah, and when you listen to him in the videos, he sounds like a normal fucking guy. It is scary.
What do you mean he sounds like a normal guy?
When he's talking to these people that he's arresting, that he's planting the drugs on, he doesn't sound like a bad fucking person when he's talking. Like, he doesn't sound sneaky or anything. He sounds like, because he'll even placate to him a little bit, like, look, I'm sorry this is happening to you, but I have to take you in. This was in your car, even though you say it's not yours. I got to do this, man. It's fucked up, and it's scary. It really is scary to see that what people are capable of in a position of power.
Yeah, he's got issues, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's got fucking huge issues.
Now he's got court issues too.
Yeah, money issues.
So yeah, this guy needs to be made an example of, really. And because he's made everyone in his department look bad, because now, based off of all the other shit that people already have problems with the police, this adds a whole lot more to it, especially in those towns nearby.